y'all. So today I really just wanted to talk to y'all about, you know, high school and surviving high school. Because I know high school could be really like tough for those who are just getting into high school, those who are already like midway, like halfway through high school and are like struggling, worried about like colleges and worried about junior year, senior year, which I'm going into my senior year, so I probably can't really speak too much on senior year. But all I could really probably say is what I'm doing to prepare myself for senior year. But overall, I just wanted to give you guys some tips on what you guys can do to make, your high school years go by a little faster and go by a little smoother. Because high school can be very, very tough. Like, it can be very, very stressful at that. Be as though that, high school determines whether or not you're done school for good or if you're going to college. Which, either way, that's up to whoever, that's up to you guys what you want to do after high school, whether you want to go to college or not. No big deal. Everybody has their preference. So, first off, I just want to say that starting high school can be very, very, like I said, overwhelming and stressful, just because being a freshman, coming into high school, being a freshman, you're expecting like, oh my gosh, these are older kids. You're just probably gonna be like lost. Like you're not gonna know what to do. You're not gonna know who to hang with. You're not gonna know how to act, or like you're just gonna be lost, and that's completely normal. But I hope this video helps you guys out with if you're going into high school, if you're in high school, and any of the problems that, if I name them, that you might have. So for instance, okay, so number one, the main thing that I think is important is to not fall into like the wrong crowd. And I speak from personal experience, just because I was that student freshman year, even before freshman year, like in middle school, elementary. I had like a lot of problems in school, like behavior wise. I was just a little loose cannon. So pretty much I used to be in like a lot of trouble, drama, fights, and just was always in the principal's office in trouble, and which I 100% regret, because you don't want to have like that background, that history. You don't want to have that, you don't want that to represent you as a person or who you are, because being looked at as like a bad seed or a problem child it isn't cute. It isn't a good look. So I would advise those who are going into high school, or even if you're not going into high school, you're going into middle school, like I would like definitely advise you to not follow the wrong crowd. Just because you're in high school or whatever grade you're going to, and you see like the older kids, or you see the popular kids doing this and doing that, doing things that you think aren't good things to do, stick with your gut feeling. If you think it's something that you're not supposed to be doing, just don't do it. Like, trust me, it's not worth the trouble and the hassle that you have to go through to get past all that. Next, don't skip. Like, don't skip your classes. Don't skip gym. Don't skip, health, whatever. Don't skip any of your classes, okay? It's not gonna help you out in the long run, and eventually you're gonna realize, okay, I'm skipping classes, so that means my work's not getting done, my grades are horrible, I'm probably failing. Eventually I'll be repeating the same grade, and you don't want that struggle. You do not want to make a 4-year life experience end up into a 6, 7, 8-year life experience. You don't want that. High school is a quick 4 years that you want to get through smoothly, and you just want to be able to get your diploma, get out, and move on to the next steps into your life. You do not want to repeat high school all over again, just making decisions that can be avoided. Drama. Okay. Don't fight. and I cannot stress this enough, do not fight, do not entertain drama, do not, no matter what the situation, if it's a situation that you can walk away from and it's something that you can avoid, please do that. The advice that I'm giving you guys now, and I have heard it, I heard it a million times, if I would have taken it, my past would have been so much better than what it was. But walk away from drama. If it's something that you can avoid, walk away from it. If it's something that you can, go to a principal, go to a teacher, go to a counselor, go to someone that you're comfortable talking to, just listen. I'm having this issue, I need you guys to take care of it, or I'm having this problem, I don't feel comfortable. Little things like that. And one thing is that I really encourage people to speak up, just because of the simple fact that I know some kids don't speak up because they feel embarrassed, or they think that they're gonna look like a punk, or they feel like, oh, they have to prove themselves. And you don't have to do that. Being so, you control your life when it comes to school, the decisions you make. When it comes to high school, those are your most, school in general is like the most important years of your life. Don't get me wrong, but high school is very important, and you don't want to sit there and waste your high school years trying to make people like realize, oh, I'm tough, or you're not gonna mess with me, I'm not a punk, this, that, and the third. Like, you don't want to waste your time doing any of that when you can easily have those issues and problems solved. And I know it's easier said than done, because trust me, like I said, I've been there, done that, have every issue that you could possibly think of happened to me in school. So I know exactly what it's like. But I did have my times where I would say, listen, I'm having this issue, I don't know what to do about it. Like, can this happen? Can that happen? Can this issue be resolved somehow? It's a lot more like solutions that can be done than what you guys actually think sometimes. Because I know, like I said, when it comes to high school, it could be difficult trying to, battle out different things when it comes to either being bullied, picked on, discouraged when it comes to certain things. Like I said, I know high school can be very, very hard, but like I said, I do encourage you guys to, speak up about a situation or issue that you're having, whether it be at home or in school, because I know issues happen at school, but I know it happens at home too. But you guys should always, want to speak to somebody about it. Next, I would advise that you keep a small circle, and by that I mean, it's good to have friends. It's perfectly fine to have friends, but don't focus too much on, oh, I want to be that girl, I want to hang with her, or I want to hang with him, or I want to be in this crowd, I want to be in that crowd, because eventually big groups of friends lead into trouble and lead into drama and lead into, let's do this, let's do that, let's skip, let's do this, I don't want to do this, I don't want, like I said, I know from experience, so that's what I'm speaking from. I'm not just making this stuff up. So I really do advise you guys to just try to keep a small circle as much as possible, just because you don't want to go through that hassle of, oh, I'm going to class, but my friend wanted me to skip, so now they're mad at me, so now we have a problem. Like, it's just certain things that you can just avoid by staying to yourself, and hanging around a smaller crowd, and and if they're really truly your friends, then they will understand and wouldn't get upset at you about certain things. Like, for instance, if a friend tells you, oh, let's skip, let's do this, let's do that, and you say, nah, I'm good, like, I'm gonna go to class, and they get upset at you or get mad at you, and now assume y'all have beef or something. Like, it's just certain things you want to be cautious of, Next, I would say study. Studying will be your best friend through high school, or school in general, not just high school, but middle school, elementary. Studying is one of the keys to success, okay? And I say that because 9 times out of 10, I did not study when it came to freshman year, junior year, sophomore year. That was all out of order. But yeah, I did not study. And I truly do regret that, because I know I could have done a lot better when it came to like tests and assignments and homework and stuff like that. I know I could have done a lot better if I would have just studied. But being lazy and coming home and just going to sleep, that is not the wave. So don't do that. Try to keep that to a minimum as much as you can, because studying will literally help you. You will see, if you're a person that doesn't study, and for whatever reason, after this video, I hope you do become that person that wants to study, and try to do good when it comes to like school. You'll see the difference from when you weren't studying versus when you are studying, because it helps. It may not help 100%, but it will help, and you will see a difference. Because if I could just go back, open up a book, and start and be reading all day, all night, like I'm on YouTube or on Netflix watching some series, some TV or something, if I dedicated that much time to studying, the difference it would have made in my assignments, my grades, and all. And I'm just being real with y'all, because I'm telling you, studying will be your best friend when it comes to school. Next, do your homework. That minor percentage of whatever your homework score is, it does make a difference, because some zeros do add up. Trust me, because me being in high school, I would be like, oh, I'm gonna just do that assignment later, or I'll do it before I go to class, or oh, I'll do this or I'll do that later, putting stuff off. And for what? Because I'll do that, procrastinate, and then I'll forget, or I'll try to turn in a late assignment that was too late, and I wasn't able to handle it, and I got a 0. And eventually you get into that habit, and those zeros start adding up, and that will affect your grade. Because if I'm not a good test taker. I am a horrible test taker. It doesn't matter if I study, it doesn't matter if I go over, a study guide 2 minutes before my test, 10 minutes before my test. I am a horrible test taker. I freeze like right before a test or a quiz, whatever it is. Like I could have everything in my head right before I take in the test, and then sit the paper right in front of me, and everything will just shoot right out of my head. But if you're a horrible test taker like I am, the more good grades that you get will benefit you in the long run. Because like I said, if you're a bad test taker like I am, but you're getting good grades on your homeworks, on your quiz assignments, on your class assignments, it will eventually balance out, and you won't be doing so bad when it comes to, your grades. Like, some way you have to be able to balance out your grades and make it to a point where you're eventually being able to pass, even though you're not because I know test grades, both, I'm not sure for all schools, but I know school I go to, test grades are a big portion, besides projects, are a big portion of your grade. So they do make a difference. They do take a huge effect on your grades. So keep that in mind and do your homework. Try to do your homework. Try to make it on time. Just try, so you can, like I said, make your high school year a lot easier. Don't wait last minute. If y'all wonder why I'm looking down, I jotted some stuff that I knew I was probably gonna forget to mention. So that's why I'm looking down constantly. But yeah, don't wait last minute. Don't wait last minute to turn in a project, an assignment. I have that bad habit of turning in things late, and if you're lucky enough to have a teacher that allows you to turn in late assignments, and I get it, people get it, you have multiple other classes, and it does get overwhelming, it does get stressful, and it's kind of hard when you have so many classes, so many assignments to turn in at a certain date, and it's like, okay, oh my gosh, like maybe I'm not gonna have everything done on time. But all you have to do really is just talk to your teacher, set them aside, and explain to them. Never not turn something in with no explanation, because that just gives yourself a bad look. And mind you, everything I'm speaking to you guys about today, I know from experience. If I would have took the time out to speak to some of my teachers about my certain situations when it came to like not being able to turn in an assignment on time because I have this much assignments due or projects due, I forgot, or it slipped my mind and I was focused on something else. All it takes is just one-on-one conversation, and I'm pretty sure, like, they'll help you out. They'll give you that one-on-one help and let you slide. All you have to do is really just be able to talk to them and tell them, listen, be honest with them, don't give them a BS excuse and tell them, oh, I forgot, or just don't just blurt something out like that, and then especially in front of like a whole class or something, because then the thing is with teachers is that they'll help you out if they see that you're trying, but if they see that you're not trying, then they won't really try to help you out in a way. Like, it has to be, they try to meet you in the middle. That's the one thing about teachers, is that they will try to help you. You just try to show them that you're trying yourself. So next, I would say try not to sleep in class because I know from experience as well, if it's my English class, I used to be knocked out in English class. I had a cinema class, but my cinema class wasn't really important. Well, it was important, but it wasn't like, it was the movie class where we watch movies all day, every day, so it wasn't nothing that I was missing. And I had a final for it, and I passed the final, so I wasn't really worried about that. But that's the only class that I slept in that didn't affect me in any way. I still shouldn't have been sleeping in it. So don't sleep in classes, whether it doesn't affect your grades or anything. Don't sleep in them. But yeah, don't sleep in class. You miss out on certain things. You miss notes. You miss the important announcement that your teacher was giving that you should have heard, or you missed the announcement of, oh, there's a test tomorrow, there's a quiz tomorrow. Then you come into class tomorrow and you're like, a quiz, a test, and you wouldn't know because you were sleeping. So don't sleep in class. Next, take notes, okay? Because you do not want to be that student who forgot to study for a quiz or a test or an assignment and you missed the notes that were given. Now the notes aren't anywhere to be given to you, or you don't have time to go back to those notes, or your teacher doesn't want to go back to those notes. So take notes, so that way you can have them, pull them out whenever you're able to go over them, skim through them. Always take notes. Another thing, look your best. And I don't mean look your best like go to school like you're going to a party, or like, go to school like you about to walk the runway or something. But I feel like going to school looking your best makes you feel better about your day in school. And by that I mean, like, if I go to school looking like crap, or just getting straight out of bed and walking onto the bus, or getting in my car and going to school, I feel like I'm gonna feel how I look, like just like crap. So that's why I say, like, get up in the morning on time. Give yourself maybe an hour, a half hour, an hour to prep yourself. Shower, wake yourself up, get a good breakfast. Eat. Do what you can to wake yourself up, so that way you have like a good head start when it comes to school. Because it's one thing, I'm not a morning person at all. Like, I could wake up 15 minutes before having to go to school, get up, brush my teeth, do what I gotta do, and get dressed. Or if not, if I'm in my depending on what I'm slept in, I will get up and go to school like that sometimes, literally. But I noticed that during those times that I've done that, I'm so tired and drained at school that I'm just in my head thinking, when can I go home? Like, is it time to go home yet? And you don't want to, like, go through your days like that in school, just because you're not really going to be focused. Like, you're going to be more worried about, oh, what time is it? I need to go. Or, like, you really want to be in school, and when you're in school, you want to be energized. You want to be able to be in school and focus, and, the lessons, you just want to be up when you're in school. Pack lunch, I would say, just because not everyone likes school lunch. Not everyone has free lunch. I know for me, my lunch isn't free, and I don't get reduced lunch. So lunch can be expensive when it comes to going to school 5 days out the week. Can be very expensive, and even snacks can be expensive at schools. So I would definitely recommend that you pack your own school, especially if you want an appealing lunch, like a lunch that's gonna actually be good, and you know, something that you're gonna want to eat and that's gonna leave you full and good for the rest of the day that you have until school's over, because you don't want to be at school on an empty stomach, because you're just gonna be focused on how hungry you are, how tired you are, how frustrated you are. And I know for me, if I'm really hungry, I end up being upset and have a whole attitude just because I want to go home and eat. So I advise you take your lunch, and again, eat breakfast. Definitely the most important meal of the day, because breakfast, it will take effect on you if you don't eat breakfast. For me personally, I can't eat breakfast in the morning. My stomach starts turning. I had to be in the bathroom. Oh my gosh. Just this is a little story that I have to tell y'all. And it's not even, I'm not even gonna say it, because people from school probably watch me. So never mind. Okay, so this is lastly, I'm probably missing some things, but if it comes to mind, I'll just, say it. If you're a loner like me, and I am 100% a loner, when I say I will walk into school by myself, headphones in, looking down at my phone, going from A to B, that is me. Like, I don't mind not speaking to anyone throughout the whole entire day. Like, I will get to my classes, leave my classes, get to the next, do what I gotta do, and be out. Like, I don't care to speak to anybody. Having friends to me isn't a priority when it comes to school. Like, that's not my worries. That's not what I care about. I could care less about sitting at a lunch table by myself. Like, that's just me, how I am. But I know there's some people that rather have friends, rather have, the little groups to sit with, the little cool tables to sit with. I know people, especially girls, they prefer that. But for me personally, I'm a loner, and I like it that way. That's just me, how I am. Like I said, everyone's different. But if you are a loner, don't feel bad. Do not feel bad. Do not feel uncomfortable. Do not feel embarrassed, because everyone has their preference. There's nothing wrong with being to yourself, sticking to yourself. To me, honestly, that's just the better way. I feel like it's better that way, to stay to yourself, mind your business. That way, you don't have any issues, you don't have any problems, nothing to worry about. It's less to focus on, and then more to focus when it comes to school. What else? So freshman year can be a little overwhelming, just because you're walking into a new journey in your life. Basically, you're walking into something that you're not used to, something that you have to get used to, something that you have to something that has to be accustomed to you. Basically, yeah, everything I said, I will do that freshman year, sophomore year, and junior year. Junior year will be your hardest year, just because it wasn't my hardest year, but it will be a little overwhelming, just because you have to focus more on colleges now at this point. If you're deciding to go to college. If you are, if you aren't, that's totally fine. Everybody has their preference. If you are deciding to go to college, junior year is about the time that they start speaking to you, trying to get you to figure out what do you want to do with your future, where are you going after high school, what's your plans, stuff like that. Right now, currently, I'm going into senior year, and I'm not too sure or have any idea what senior year is like. All I really know is from what people say, the advice that I've been given, and pretty much I'm gonna go through senior year with every other senior that's about to be a senior now. And congratulations to us, because we about to be class of 2019. Yay us. We about to be popping out here, graduating, being cute. I can't wait to see everybody prom pictures and graduation pictures and stuff like that, because y'all probably gonna see mine. But anyway, I hope this was helpful to people, to everybody, to anybody who's having these issues, to anybody who's having trouble trying to, you know, understand what's going to happen in high school, or, you know, I hope I helped you guys in some kind of way. I hope these answered any of your questions, any of your concerns or worries going into high school, middle school, elementary school, whatever the case, wherever you're going. But I hope it really did help you guys, and, you know, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and like I always say, like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you guys would like to see on my channel, because I will post it. I will post what I can if I'm able to do it, because I know people keep asking me to do a makeup tutorial, but I am not able to do a makeup tutorial because I do not know how to do makeup. So again, I sincerely apologize for that, because I know that's what people want to see, but I can't do it. I don't know how to do makeup. And even if I tried, it would be a complete fail. I don't own any makeup besides eyeliner, mascara, and some Carmex. So it's not like I'll even be able to attempt to do my own makeup, because I don't own any, you know, makeup products like that. So anywho, stay tuned for the next video, and thank you guys for watching.